News Night Team, next on WHAS TV.
Good evening, I'm Melissa Forsythe.
And I'm Gary Rodemeyer. A night of dangerous weather in Kentuckiana. At least one tornado was reported tonight on the ground in southern Jefferson County, but so far we have no reports of any damage. The wild weather swept into our area about 9 o'clock tonight, bringing dangerous lightning, heavy rains, and hail. High winds also played havoc throughout the area. Our Doug Prophet is live tonight right now in Bullitt County, where one tornado was sighted on the ground. Doug?
Gary, that's right. Brooks, Kentucky. We are on the overpass over I-65, just 1 mile south of the Gene Snyder Freeway. Now, we need to clarify the reports that we've been hearing throughout the night about a tornado touchdown in this area. With me is Captain Rodney Brewer of the Zonton Fire Department. This fire department covers 150 square miles in Bullitt County. You've made a complete search of this area. You're telling me you have no confirmed reports of a touchdown?
Well, dispatch had a confirmed touchdown, but we haven't been able to find anything in our area. If so, we'd be in a remote area that we haven't heard from the public or anything from.
Okay, now we should point out, if you hear a lot of sirens out here now, that's the firefighters responding to a structure fire. Is that lightning related that you know of?
I couldn't advise that right now. I don't know the situation.
But at this point, you have no reports of damage, although if there was a touchdown in this area, you believe it was probably in a remote area.
Yes, sir. We haven't, anything came into us at all other than what most people has heard on the news by now. It was one confirmed. We haven't been able to find anything.
Okay, Captain Rodney Brewer with the Zonton Fire Department down here in Bullitt County. Again, numerous reports of funnel sightings. Captain Brewer even told me earlier that he was on top of Brooks Hill and saw a possible funnel cloud earlier tonight. But again, if there was a touchdown, we have no reported damage. Reporting live with SatCam in Brooks, Kentucky, Doug Prophet, Action 11 News Night Team.
Now let's go to Gary Rizzo in the Weather Lab and get an update on what we can expect tonight.
Melissa, we have a lot of heavy rain falling right now, but the good news is that, at least as far as I'm concerned, the threat of severe weather is over. There's only minutes remaining in the last severe thunderstorm warning for Henry, Nelson, Spencer, and Shelby County, but for the most part, I think that threat is just about nil. But there could be some flash flooding now in much of the Ohio Valley region, including southern Indiana, as we take a quick look at Action Track Color Radar from the National Weather Service. And it shows a pretty good band of heavy rain now from about Henry County back into the metro area, still back to Harrison County, and then dropping down just east of Litchfield and west of Elizabethtown at this time. There is some heavy rain between us and Evansville, about 60 miles out, so we could see heavy rain for another 1 to 2 hours. I'll be back in a few minutes with the updated weather forecast and a look at those new rainfall totals. Melissa? I'd say it's the most intense night of my 5 years here because of all the warnings. We had dozens of warnings, and the good news is that at least the warnings have pretty much expired now. We're still under the tornado watch, but again, the worst is over. There's one problem, though. Heavy rain is still falling, and that will continue for at least a couple hours. So a quick look at the preview forecast shows thunderstorms will not be severe now, but they'll continue for a few more hours, and tomorrow, partly sunny skies with 2 L's there, 68 for the high, mostly cloudy tomorrow night, and chillier with a low of 42 degrees. So taking a look at current conditions, 60 degrees with heavy rain falling, 96% humidity, a south wind at 10 miles an hour, and the barometer it should be 2966, and it is rising now. The high temperature today was 71, the low was 53, and since, well, between 9:30 and 11, almost an inch of rain fell. We've added more since that time. So for April, 1.25 inches, and for 1989, 19½ inches of rain. This is the satellite picture as it looked as of 6 o'clock in the morning. Now I'm going to show you how the thunderstorms developed during the course of the day. We really just missed getting into some dry air, but look how they just flared up. We'll get one more look at it again as they roared across Missouri, southern Illinois, and Indiana. They were severe from about eastern Illinois, warnings all the way from eastern Missouri through Illinois, southern Indiana, and then the Ohio River counties, and now all the activity has pretty much weakened. We'll take a look at the national radar summary. We'll go take a look at where the watch box is right now. Again, this watch box will pretty much expire at 1 o'clock. another watch box for the extreme southern Kentucky counties, and there is severe weather occurring down in western Tennessee at this time, but that's all going to stay well to the west and might even miss the southernmost counties of Kentucky. Now, the National Radar Summary shows that thunderstorms as they were again about an hour and a half ago from the Ohio Valley down into Arkansas, and most of the severe weather is now occurring in Tennessee and also in parts of Arkansas. And the cause of that, low pressure system up in Minnesota, but a very active cold front mixing warm and humid air out ahead of it, cooler, drier air behind it. Temperatures today rose into the 80s as far north as western Tennessee. Paducah soared to 79 degrees today, and then behind it, with this time of year, there's still cooler and drier air. As the sequence of events shapes up, that front will be well to the east tomorrow. Temperature is 56 at Indianapolis, 64 in Frankfort, and in the western part of the state, with rain still falling in many places, 60 in Evansville and 59 in Paducah. And tomorrow, it looks like the front that's causing the severe weather will quickly move to the Appalachians. A weak trough of low pressure will come through. We're going to see a little bit of clearing tomorrow, just briefly, but clouds will again come in later in the day, and there's going to be quite a bit of colder air coming down for April in the middle and latter part of the week. So the forecast for tonight calls for a few more thunderstorms as the cold front is still to our west, heavy rains, and a low of 56. Now for tomorrow, it looks like we'll see partly sunny skies.